Hey guys, so in this video I wanted to talk a little bit about Steam's update to the customer review system and how it negatively impacts me and a lot of other people out there. So basically what this update is they're trying to filter out all the reviews done by people who have activated a game through a serial key. And what I mean by that is that if you purchased a game through another site like Green Man Gaming, Amazon, if you purchase a retail copy through like Walmart, Best Buy, or if you got a review code, or if you purchased a game by a reseller through like G2A or just from a friend, all of your reviews, all of your opinions about a game that you got through a key will no longer really matter. And what I mean by that is that in the overall positive reviews section, your review won't even show up here and it won't have any influence on the overall, oops, I scrolled down, the overall review. And also, it won't even show up if you scroll down, it won't show up for other people in the review section if you activated the game through a key, which is very, very unfortunate. And the reason why it won't show up is because by default in this little box here, this is a new box that they just implemented, by default, the purchase type is set to Steam purchasers only. So anyone who has activated the game through a key won't be visible unless you toggle the all option. Most people are not going to spend the time to go down in this box and change it to all. So essentially my review for this game, I purchased this game on release from a third-party site called Green Man Gaming. They're a legit site that sells games directly through the publishers. I bought it from them because it was a few dollars cheaper, but I've played this game for over 60 hours. It's one of my favorite games. And if I go to my review, you can see that a lot of people found it helpful, and I wrote a really lengthy review, just a wall of text pretty much, but it is one of my favorite games of all time. But now, no longer will anybody be able to see my review unless they scroll down here and hit this all option. By default, it's set to Steam purchasers only, which is just really unfortunate because now no one's going to be able to see my review unless they hit this option and then scroll down. I don't even know where my review would be even located, but it just kind of sucks, to be honest, that that they're doing this, and I can understand why. Their reasoning behind this is because in the past, indie developers or like small studios have went around and like given keys out to a lot of people for free, or they've paid people to leave positive reviews on their games. And any developer can request any amount of serial keys for free, and then they can distribute them however they like. And it just makes a influx of positive reviews on new games, and it kind of skews the overall rating score. I'm not sure if I can give an example of that. Maybe if I just go to popular new releases, maybe VR Ping Pong. And as you can see, it has very positive reviews already. And then I think this is mainly because they give out a lot of keys. Here's a pre-release review. A lot of people may have actually bought it. Let's actually see. That's how many people have bought it. 20 key activators. So 20 key activations, there's probably 20 positive reviews, and Steam thinks that these are not legit reviews because they are given out for free, and some developers have abused this privilege by paying people to review their game, which is completely against the whole review process, and it ruins everything. So Steam's solution is just to filter out and just remove the importance of reviews altogether from people who have activated games through keys. And I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm just rambling off the top of my head here. But personally, I activate a lot of games through keys just because keys are normally cheaper and I get them through bundles and such. But I don't think my opinion of the game should be devalued just because I purchased the game through a key. And it just kind of sucks that certain games that I really enjoyed, that I think I wrote very good reviews about, are no longer going to show up for the large majority of people unless they hit that toggle switch. I'll just go back to that game. Final Fantasy. Hold on a second. I need to go back here. So if they don't scroll down here and hit this toggle to all or key activations, but preferably all, then my review is essentially censored and no one can find it, which is really weird. Like, I really wish that Steam would have just set this to all. instead of automatically selecting certain options for you. I don't think reviews are devalued just because you bought a game somewhere else. You shouldn't be forced to purchase a game through the Steam store. Developers who make the games, they have the option to sell it wherever they like to whoever they like. And just because you get the game through a third-party website or through a retail store, it doesn't mean that your opinion shouldn't be seen or shouldn't be valued as much. And as I said, my review for this game, a game that I really enjoyed and I really deeply reviewed, is now no longer even represented in the overall review score because I got it as a key through Green Man Gaming website. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's kind of unfortunate. It's unfortunate for developers as well, and I'll tell you why. Usually when a game first comes out, like when a new game that's no one's ever heard of first releases, they try to give away review copies for keys to YouTubers, to Twitch users, to popular reviewers, and they take a look at the game and they give their opinion, and then they usually leave a review on the page whenever it's released. Now, the difference is going to be that those reviews will no longer count towards the overall review score. So if one person or a few people get the game on day one and they decide that that game is not good, they will leave a negative review score, and then everyone will see that the game is now negatively reviewed just because a few people who purchased the game left negative reviews. And I think it's just unfortunate. And one example I can show you, I got a game not too long ago to actually review called Pure Chess, and on release day, I saw some reviews. On release day, the overall rating was negative on that day. And it's now mostly positive now because it's actually a good game. But on release day, I saw 2 or 3 people leave negative reviews for very stupid reasons. And that probably hurt their sales a little bit. And if I go down, you can see the most helpful review is this guy. Simple chess, but the interface is poor, no borderless mode, Alt-Tab doesn't work. No mention whatsoever on the gameplay, the graphics, or anything else. Just no borderless mode. Alt-Tab does not work. Like, what in the world kind of review is that? And he got all these votes just because he was the first review on the game. So I feel like what's going to happen now, since this update is kind of skewing things over, and this is just my prediction, I think that when a game first comes out, it's going to be very hard for developers to deal with people who leave one negative review on release day, just because it ruins their overall score. And the overall score is very important for games like this because most people, they click on a game, they look at the overall score. If it's mixed or negative, they just move on. They don't even look at the trailer, they don't look at gameplay, they just see that overall rating and they're just like, oh, this game's bad, let's move on. So what I think developers are going to do now, instead of sending their keys off to reviewers on YouTube and such, instead I feel like they're going to be forced to release their games on sale for a big discount when it's released, so that it'll convince people to give positive reviews on release just because it's cheap. So for example, this is just my assumption, but say Dead Rising, or actually let me do an indie game, not Dead Rising. Dead Rising's too known. So for example, say NASCAR Heat Evolution, whatever. That's horrible reviews already. But this is a good example. So this game, if this game wanted to get positive review scores at release, they're going to have to give a 75% off sale at launch in order for people to give positive reviews, because a lot of people base their review on how much they spent on a game. So I feel like indie developers are going to start releasing or they're going to start selling their games at launch for a big discount just to inflate their review score. If that makes sense. It might not make a whole lot of sense to a lot of you, but I think that's going to become more common since they can't just give away keys now to reviewers to give honest reviews on their game. They have to actually get people who are willing to spend money on it first, which I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this. It's not good or bad. I just feel like I just feel like my reviews should not be censored or like should not be filtered out just because I got it as a key. And it's bad for developers as well because now they have to solely rely on people who purchase their games on day one and hope and like pray that they give positive reviews instead of giving their keys out to more, I guess, professional reviewers, I should say. And like I showed you with that chess game, some people leave negative reviews for the stupidest of reasons, and some people leave joke reviews all the time. I see the dumbest, like the absolute dumbest reviews in the review section that give absolutely no indication of whether a game is good or not. They just leave whatever review they like. But yeah, I think I'm done rambling here. You guys probably don't agree with everything I just said. Feel free to leave comments in the review or in the comment section below this video. What do you think about it? Should key activations be key activators be filtered out? People who buy Steam games from third-party sites, does their opinions even matter? Should it only show people who actually buy games from the Steam store? I don't know. I feel like you have the freedom to buy a game wherever you like, and just because you bought a game somewhere else doesn't mean that your review is any less important, and it should be shown in the overall score, and it should be shown in the review section below. It shouldn't be filtered out. I think it's good that you have an option to filter those out. It'd be cool if there was an option to like, I don't want to see anyone who got this game for free. Like, a lot of people get games for free, you know, from keys. It'd be cool if there's an option that says like, don't show anyone who got this game for free. But other than that, it's just, I don't know. It negatively impacts me. It's kind of a weird discussion topic. And yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day.